Yeah, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper.
From the field to the studio to your ears. Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
The 816 hour is here, and we are here to stay. Me and Bryson today. Bryson, how are you?
I'm good. I mean, it's been a journey getting to this point where we're recording right now, but I'm good. How are you doing, man?
Good. I'm good.
Not too bad. Ready to talk some baseball?
Yeah, I am. We're talking baseball today. We're talking left fielders today. Our left field
top five
era breakdown. Top five.
Hey. Work in progress on the name.
I don't know.
What did you have me call it? One sec. Let me pull up. You came up with a name for it. I want to say that we have been calling it.
Not a
clue. I go here. T8H top five position breakdown round trip.
That's a mouthful.
Hey,
Position 5 round trip. Here we go.
There
Left field. Where you want to start, Bryson? Where you want to start? We got
you tell me.
Yeah, we got current. We got all time. We got. Let's hop in. Let's hop in current. Current guys.
Top five current. You want to start us off with 5?
No. I want you to start.
Number 5, Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies. When you think of bombs, you think of Schwarber bombs. This dude hits baseballs far and very hard. 46 home runs this year, 94 RBIs. It was a career high batting average. It's been dipping though. That's where I look a lot. I like players that hit a lot of home runs, but my biggest thing is I like players that get on base, hit for average, hit RBIs. So when you're hitting 219 and you're striking out 200 times, which is another career high, you're still hitting 46 bombs. So it gives you a spot on the top 5, but number 5 for me as I force feed the Phillies.
Okay. My number 5, Giancarlo Stanton.
He made your top 5 for real.
Hitting 211 this year, 31 home runs and 78 RBIs.
Wow.
He's a DH. I don't know if I can count him as a left fielder, but
hey,
Giancarlo makes my list at number 5.
I like him.
Stanton home runs.
Transitioning to his teammate at number 4, Benny Baseball ranks number 2. Number 4 for me. It was really fun watching Benny play in Kansas City for a year and a half. Kind of felt like Kansas City had a star. Hit 320 with 3 home runs, 40 RBIs, in a very rough Royals lineup this first half of the year. Obviously moved to New York right before the trade deadline, 33 games with the Yankees. He struggled at times, but he finished with a 304 batting average, 5 home runs, 51 RBIs. I think next year in a full season in pinstripes, Benny Baseball is going to have a insane season. Him going back to Boston is going to be must watch almost anytime. Granted, I know he is a free agent now that I say that, so not sure where he's going to be going, but Benny Baseball, number 4.
Okay. Number 4, I had Christian Yelich.
I did not have what?
Having a bounce back kind of year. Not a fantastic year, but a bounce back kind of year. 252 average, 14 home runs, and 57 RBIs. With the 738 OPS, I may or may not have picked it based off the name, but Christian Yelich, former MVP.
You're living in the year 2018 or 19 right now.
Hey.
Is Marcelo Ozuna next? Are you just going to fill out the old Marlins outfield?
I might.
I love it.
It's really tempting.
I love it. Ian Happ ranks number 3 for me of the Chicago Cubs. He's just a solid baseball player. I absolutely love Ian Happ. He hit 271 this year very quietly. I didn't really hear about the Cubs. A little bit of Seiya Suzuki. But outside of that, it was the moves that they could have made of Wilson Contreras and Ian Happ at the deadline. Didn't make the move. He hit 17 home runs this year, 440 slugging percentage, 274 putouts in left field this season, and a 989 fielding percentage. Almost perfect. Ian Happ, just a solid all-around baseball player.
Okay. My number 3 was Randy Rosarena.
I did not have any of your 5, 4, or 3 on my top 5. That is wild.
That's rough. Hit 263 this year, 20 home runs, 89 RBIs, and 32 stolen bases. He's one of those focal points on that team, and I just clicked off my screen. I don't know. Okay, we're good.
Uh-oh.
Good. Randy is here. Randy Rosarena. Number 3.
Randy's good at baseball. Number 2, Eloy Jimenez of the Chicago White Sox. If you take out injuries, Eloy's the second best left fielder in baseball, and I really don't think it's much of a question. It's just if he can stay healthy, and he just hasn't been able to the past couple of years. He hit 295 with 16 home runs this year, 54 RBIs, only 84 games with the White Sox, so a full season sample size. We've seen this guy hit 31 home runs and 80 RBIs. I think he can get back to it next year. I wouldn't be surprised if he maybe reaches the 40 mark with 100 RBIs. Very good White Sox lineup, very bad AL Central, I'd say. So Eloy Jimenez, number 2.
My number 2 was Kyle Schwarber. You said it all about it. You got to force feed the Phillies, okay?
Got to.
You said it all about him. He's the definition of not quite the definition, but home runner strikeout kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
The definition is Joey Gallo, but
that is true. Maybe Schwarber on the Cubs back in the day. Gary
Sanchez. I feel like
he's
he's rounded out his hitting wise. He's not striking out as much as he could. I guess. I know he had a career high. It could be worse. Okay, it could be worse.
It could have.
But yeah, having all the home runs really helps his case out in mind. Led the National League in home runs this year.
Yeah, that's big. Who, number 1? You want to go over him since I went over Schwarber? Because I assume we both had the same one. I actually know we both had the same
I don't know. We've had completely different lists so far.
Yordan Alvarez is the best left fielder in all of baseball. Easily. Carter, talk to him about Yordan.
Yordan Alvarez, 306 batting average, which is insane for a power guy. Yes, 37 home runs, 97 RBIs, and a 1,000 OPS.
Golly.
Man, I don't know how he's so good and how he keeps being so good, but the Astros found an absolute stud.
Yes, sir. 6'5", 225. He hits 500-plus foot home runs. He's only 25 years old, and he's only getting better.
Career batting average of 296.
Golly.
Wow.
Golly. He's like the Dodgers players. This is actually the first position breakdown that we've done for current players where a Dodger is not in our top 5, I just realized. But he's just like the Dodgers players. He's going to always be in a spot in this Astros lineup where he's going to be able to put up numbers, RBIs. I mean, he has the power to continue his power numbers. But my question for you, Carter, when does he hit 50 home runs? He had 37 this year. Over under 5 years. 3 years. 3 years. I'm changing it to 3 because 5's too long.
Well, how old is he? He's 25 now.
25.
Maybe 3 years. 3 years, he hits 50 plus.
I'm going he's hitting 50 plus next year. Going bold. But Carter, prospects or all time? What are you feeling?
I'll let you pick. I picked the first one.
Let's go prospects because we do have to do our prospects for the outfield a little bit different than we have been doing.
It's a little bit weird this
top 5. You want to explain to them what's good?
So minor league baseball doesn't list the outfielders with their individual spots. They list them as outfielders as a whole. So we decided to do a top 15 outfielders. And on this one, our first outfield episode, we're doing 15 to 11.
Yes, sir.
And then the next one we'll do 10 to 6. And the last one we'll do 5 to 1.
I love it. Number 15, I'll jump right into it. Joey Weimer of the Milwaukee Brewers, the Brewers' number 3 prospect. He hit 287 with 30 RBIs and a 520 slugging in 43 games in AAA this past season. Strikeout numbers have been on the rise, but he has an absolute laser attached to his body. 8 assists in 2021. He has great speed in the outfield. With the plus arm and good speed in the outfield, he played a little bit of center field, but with that hose, they were like, nah, you're playing right field. So I think we'll see Joey. The Brewers have a very deep outfield prospect class, so it might be a while till we see this guy in the majors, but I think he has a very good chance of being there soon.
Okay. My number 15 was James Wood. The Washington Nationals. He's in single A now. He's 20 years old, best left-handed, 6'7", 240. This year on the he was part of the Juan Soto trade to the Nationals. So this year with his 3 teams, he's at 313 with 12 home runs and 62 RBIs. This guy was an animal, and I don't know how the Nationals got as much as they did, but
6'7".
in that Nationals outfield, like they got the next O'Neal Cruz coming in and playing outfield for him. So
I'm surprised you have him that low, honestly. I really am. Number 14, probably my favorite prospect in all of baseball, Ji-Hwan Bae of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He hit 289 with 53 RBIs, 48 walks, and 30 stolen bases in AAA this year. 10 games in the majors. He hit 330 for 3 in 33 at-bats. Hits the ball very well. He doesn't really strike out. Reminds me of kind of Jeff McNeil kind of approach at the plate. Puts everything in play. Has almost elite speed. So I think he could push 40 bags very easily. Kind of like a Whit Merrifield. Wouldn't be surprised if he leads the NL in hits and stolen bases in the coming years. And everyone's like, who is this kid from the Pirates just hitting the ball well? So Ji-Hwan Bae, a name to remember. Because I got a very good feeling about Ji-Hwan Bae.
Okay. My number 14 was George Valera of the Cleveland Guardians.
There it is.
21 years old, left-handed, 6 foot, 195. This year he hit 250. Oh gosh, with 24 home runs and 82 RBIs, kind of that power outfielder type. The Cleveland always has good prospects coming up out of their system, so I'm excited to see this guy make his debut probably in the next couple of years.
Hey, wouldn't be surprised. So number is that 14 or 13 now?
13 for you.
Luis Mateos of the San Francisco Giants, number 3 prospect in the Giants organization. He's arguably the best bat to ball hitter in this Giants organization. He's dealt with a quad injury that really just kind of derailed this season for him. He hit 313 in 109 games with 15 home runs before his injury, 86 RBIs, 21 stolen bases. This season, obviously had the injury, took a step back, hit 211 in 91 games in high A. The power's still there. He had 11 home runs, but until we see him back in his old form, he kind of might just continue to fall. I really think that at the beginning, before his injury, he was a 30-30 type of guy, 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases very easily. But with this quad injury, if it doesn't get right, man, he looked rough at the plate this year. So hopefully he can get 100% healthy and that Giants farm system can get back to going because, I mean, hey, they're kind of getting up there in age as a team.
My 13 was Pete Crow Armstrong.
Hey, stop. You do not have Pete Crow Armstrong at 13, Carter. That is so disrespectful. I am hurt. What? I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to right there. Pete, really?
I don't want to do this anymore.
Gosh, dang. My bad. Don't just tell me you don't have Zach Veen at like 11. I'll cry.
Zach Veen.
The Rockies.
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Sorry. Pete Crow Armstrong.
Not 11.
No disrespect to Carter. I apologize.
20 years old, 6 foot, 184. Last year he hit 312. Bryson's going to yell at me.
Never.
He had 16 home runs with 61 RBIs. Fantastic fielder. He was part of that Javi Baez trade from the Cubs to the Mets.
I like that.
Made a couple games in his pro debut, but he tore his labrum.
Oh,
and he was out for a while. But he came back, and they're saying he's like a 20 home run, 20 plus home run kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to Albert Almora in the Cubs center field. So,
okay,
excited for him.
Makes sense. I like that. So is it 12? Drew Gilbert of the Houston Astros. He was a former pitcher in high school. He was actually the second rated pitcher in his class behind, who was it? Oh, I'm not going to be able to remember who it was. I had it at the top of my head, but I just lost it. But to put that in perspective, he pitched 93 miles an hour in a game for Tennessee last year as an outfielder. He hit 313 and 32 at-bats this past season, 2 home runs, 4 walks, only 2 strikeouts. But he's really not afraid to push the bases. He's not afraid to take an extra base whenever you give it to him. He's not afraid to steal a base whenever you give it to him. Sometimes a little too much, but I always like aggressive base runners. So scouts rave about his hand-eye coordination. He's very good defensively. I could see him as a 15, 20 homer type of kid. Not a lot of power, but very sweet swing. Drew Gilbert.
Okay. My number 12 was Zach Veen.
It was. I bet it was. I had a feeling. Whenever you said he's not 11, I was like, yep, he's 12. I bet he is.
20 years old, 6'4", 190 for the Rockies AA club. 271 career average, but he's hit 245 this year, 114 hits, 12 home runs, and 67 RBIs. I think he's just an all-around solid player. He's super aggressive on the base paths,
yes,
which doesn't help. He's not like a super quick guy, but he's an above average guy.
Yeah.
Plus arm in the corner outfield. Rockies got a good guy on their hands.
I can't wait for this to progress to see in the next 2 episodes, the rest of your top 15. So my number 11 guy, as Carter force feeds the Phillies, I guess I'm just going to continue to force feed Royals. Gavin Cross, ACC first team at Virginia Tech 2 seasons ago. Number 1 prospect in the Royals organization. Royals grabbed him 9th overall in this past year's draft. He had 312 and 109 at bats this season, 8 home runs, 25 RBIs. I think he can develop very, very quickly. A lot of scouts say they wouldn't be surprised if he's playing in Kauffman Stadium within the next 2 years, with how kind of shallow that Royals outfield is. I also wouldn't be very surprised. But Gavin Cross.
Okay. My 11?
11, yes,
11.
sir.
Elijah Green.
Another guy you have low. Wow.
Washington, 18
Yes,
years old. He just not
another Washington kid, though. Washington
Not
has a
proven
great farm system for their outfielders.
Oh yeah. 18 years old. In his rookie league. ROK.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's
Yeah.
rookie league. He
Yes,
hit
sir.
302 in his 43 at bats. He had 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. But he put bat to ball skills through the roof.
Mhm.
Fielding great, super quick guy. Next, Victor Robles in center field for the Nationals.
Carter making comps. I love it.
Somebody's got to.
But that takes us to top 5 all time.
Top 5 all
Fielders.
time.
Carter, from 5 to 1.
Into my list.
Oh, I cannot wait for this list. I'm actually pretty excited for it. Pretty excited.
Yeah.
But obviously I went first last time, and I want to say I went first for current, so I will not take over number 5.
Number 5,
we
Manny
go.
Ramirez.
I love it.
Red Sox, 312 career average, 555 home runs, 1,800 RBIs. This man just balled out for them. Gosh.
Oh, he's selling.
Let me count.
He's selling.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
12.
12 All-Stars.
Sure.
Golly. I should have counted these before I did this.
9 Silver Sluggers.
9 Silver Sluggers. But you just want to do it? I mean, you can. 2
Manny's
Hank Aaron Awards, 2 World Series championships, World Series MVP, and National League Player of the Month. Manny Ramirez. He was just that guy. He was a super power guy back in the day. Oh, not back in the day, like the 2000s, 90s and 2000s. Super power guy. Absolutely love Manny Ramirez. But I'll give it to you, Bryson.
Manny's also my number 5. That was the only reason I was helping you out with those stats because, I mean, like, who doesn't love Manny? Only thing Carter failed to mention is he had 38 career stolen bases. Not sure why he didn't mention that, but 19 years in the MLB.
He wasn't the speed guy.
Hey, bro, he's stealing 38 bases in a 19-year career. I don't know what else you want out of him. Come on. No, all jokes. But 12 of his 19 seasons, he had over 30 home runs. He helped bring Boston their first World Series since like an 86-year drought, I want to say. Manny Ramirez he was fun to watch. That was the biggest thing. Absolutely love Manny on and off the field. Just bang.
My number 4 was Stan Musial. 20-time All-Star. 19 or 20. With that many, it gets blurry. 3-time MVP, Luke Gehrig Award, NL Player of the Month, uniform retired, and he was 1969 Hall of Fame inductee. But Stan Musial, career average 331. That's insane. 475 career home runs and just under 2,000 RBIs. He couldn't push it through.
Dang.
But he's got 78 stolen bases. I had to mention that.
There we go. Well, it's a shame that I got to put you to. Oh, are you done with Stan? Did you have anything else on?
Yeah. Stan the man.
Well, it's a shame because the next guy has 1,406 stolen bases. Ricky Henderson's my number 4 left fielder of all time. Maybe the best all-around player on this list. He could beat you with a walk, then steal 2 bases, and a sac fly scores him. He could gap-to-gap shot, hit a triple out of nowhere. He could run out a grounder. He could just about anything Ricky Henderson could do. Man had some pop as well. 279 hitter career-wise, 297 home runs. Really surprised with how many home runs he hit in his career. But yeah, 1,406 stolen bases. The next closest, Lou Brock in second place with 938. That's almost 500 less. The next closest active player, Carter, you want to take a guess? Closest active player to Ricky Henderson's 1,406 stolen bases.
Active player?
Yes, sir. They're currently playing. Not in the postseason, I don't think.
Give me Trey Turner.
D. Strange Gordon with 336. Trey Turner came in at 3rd or 4th, I want to say, for right now. But yeah, D. Gordon. But Ricky Henderson, number 4.
Okay. Ricky was my number 3.
I like that.
He's absolute speedster, quickest guy on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
His record will never be beaten for most stolen bases in the season.
Just that video of him picking the base up out of the ground, holding it up. Just that's great. I love it. Number 3, Cal Yastrzemski of the Boston Red Sox. MVP, Triple Crown winner. If you win a Triple Crown, you're automatically going to be on this list, I think. 18-time All-Star, 7-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time batting champ, career 285 hitter with 452 home runs. Played 23 seasons in Boston, played a full career in Boston, and he took over right after Ted Williams, which is absolutely insane that the Red Sox went from Ted Williams, who may or may not be on this list, I don't know, to then Carl Yastrzemski. They just didn't miss a step. 96.5 career wins above replacement. So just an all-around great player. Carl Yastrzemski, number 3.
My number 2 was Barry Bonds.
You my gosh. You put him at 2?
I put him at 2.
Carter.
298 career batting average, 762 home runs, just under 2,000 career RBIs, 514 career stolen bases, 14-time All-Star, 7-time MVP, 13 Silver Sluggers, and 8 Gold Gloves. Barry Bonds is an absolute unit.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's hard not to like Barry Bonds, especially when he was at his prime, hitting 73 home runs.
You like Barry Bonds?
Season 76.
You like Barry Bonds? You like Barry Bonds?
73.
Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
But who is your number 2, Bryson?
Number 2, Ted Williams of the Boston Red Sox, 2-time MVP, 2-time Triple Crown winner, 19-time All-Star, 6-time batting champ. Basically the same thing Carl Yastrzemski did. Ted Williams just did it a little bit better. Career 344 hitter. Career 344. Carter, just real quick.
Insane.
521 home runs, 19 years played all in Boston. Real quick, his first 4 seasons, he never hit less than 327 with 30 home runs. He then took 3 years off for military service, came back, wins MVP, and then continues to not finish outside the top 4 in MVP voting for the next 5 years. This man just dominated the game of baseball. Said, I'm going to go surf for my country. I'm going to surf for my country.
Bang.
I then go into the Army and then come back and continue to dominate baseball to a higher degree. Ted Williams, number 2, could easily be number 1. Would make the case for it, but
on that note, Ted Williams is my number 1.
Bang!
Absolute historic legend.
Yes, sir.
Military legend, American legend. Ted Williams might be the greatest left fielder to play the game.
Cool.
Period.
Would he rank in your top 10 all-time players?
All-time players?
All-time players.
Most likely.
I like that.
Easily, actually.
I was going to say, yeah, I think he'd rank in my top 10 pretty easily. Number 1, Barry Bonds, the home run king. The only thing Carter didn't talk about was the fact that this man was walked with bases loaded. He just changed the game of baseball.
Guy.
What? You would rather give up a free run, than to pitch to this man? Carter, just real quick. He had 688 intentional walks. The next closest, give me a guess. And I will say he is currently playing. That's a big hint. That's a big hint.
Albert Pujols.
Perfect. 316.
Bang!
Less than half of Barry Bonds' intentional walks Albert Pujols has. 316 to 688. Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. I'll stand on that mountain, swing the sword for it. Number 1 left fielder. I love it.
Bang.
Carter, snake draft. Got to get into it. You want first pick? You want second pick?
I want second pick. That takes the pressure off me. I'll take second pick.
Oh, with the first pick in the T8H top 5 left field draft. Oh, I like this. I don't think it's very hard. Bryson takes Yordan Alvarez.
Are we doing all time or are we just doing?
It's between all 3 of them. So prospects, all time, and then right now you just pick between the 3. So Yordan goes 1, Carter.
I'll take Ted Williams, number 2.
Ted Williams, number 2. And then you got 3. Do you want to do where we have to pick 1 from each?
Can.
I was going to say, I'm not going to switch it now. That's going to be up to you because we're already mid-draft.
Barry Bonds, number 2. No. Wait.
That's up to you. So
only doing 3 rounds?
Yeah, you could take Bonds if you want, and we just can do from any time period.
No. We got to do 1 from each.
I like it.
1 from each. Let me pull my respect up.
Prospects and your all-time that you're picking from.
Oh, gosh. Wow. You pulled the steal.
I did. Wow. You want me to throw you a lifeline?
Give me Randy Rosarena at number 2.
Over Shore Bombs. Can I throw you a life preserver real quick just to see if you take it?
Sure.
Eloy Jimenez is a name. Okay, Randy goes 2.
Randy.
Well, Yordan's just going to be met with the home run king of all time, Barry Bonds. So Barry comes in and Randy goes with Ted. This is Ji-Hwan Bae is my prospect, no question. I know Carter didn't have him on his top 5.
I'll take Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow. So, Carter, that means you had Ted Williams, Randy Arozarena, and Pete Crow Armstrong. I had Yordan Alvarez, Barry Bonds, and Ji-Hwan Bae. Carter, give me Give me a scale 1 to 10, kind of like you remember how Draft Wizard would do it whenever we were in math class. He would give us a ranking out of 100. So I want you. Both of us will give each other a number. Carter, if I had to give you a number out of 10. Ooh. See, the Randy one hurt you. It hurt you. But Pete Crow Armstrong is very high in my prospects. I give you a 5. Give you a 5. No, I'm going to give you a 6. 6 because you got Ted Williams. Carter, you got a score for me or not good? No.
All right. See the podcast.
You're Don and Barry.
Bryson absolutely destroyed me in this draft. 10 out of 10.
It's not it can't be a 10 out of 10. You can't do that. It's not the best draft you've ever seen. There has to be room for improvement.
It's pretty close.
No, because I could have had a better prospect. You've never heard of G1 Bay. Not a lot of people have heard of G1 Bay.
8 brings it down.
Thank you. I love it. Gotta humble myself. But Carter, I just want you to know this is probably one of my favorite positional breakdown podcasts that we've done. This was phenomenal, man.
Okay. It's all right.
No love back. But if you guys haven't yet, make sure you check us out. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere you can find the 816 Hour, anywhere you listen to your podcast, look at your social media.
Apple Music, Amazon Podcast, any off-brand, offshoot podcast, website, app.
Amazon
Find
podcast
us.
is off-brand.
Hey, we're there.
Hey, we are there. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. If you guys saw Big Cartel / the 816 Hour, should have saw a quick clip in the beginning of the podcast, but Spooktober merch from last year. We don't have this Spooktober hoodie out this year. Sadly, it was just last year's, but we do have this year's Spooktober merch coming soon. First time we're talking about it. Oh, second time, no, because we talked about it in Chiefs preview a couple days ago. But Carter, send us home, man. You got anything else?
Which one you do next?
Center field?
Maybe center field or right field next?
I feel like we should do right end on center.
Okay.
Because there might
pitchers, but
that is true. But just to round out the outfield, I feel what?
Let's do right. Right field next.
Let's say because there might be a center fielder that ranks in a couple lists.
Right field next.
Yes, sir.
Hit us up. We already talked about it. Hit us up everywhere. Thank you guys for listening. Bryson, got anything else?
No, sir. I think we're good.
All right. We are out.
Peace.